Hi, we just finished meeting for pronunciation practice on Tuesday, October 5th. And we had a lot of good words and a lot of similar sounding words, so a lot of good vowel practice with differences. And starting at the top, plagiarism, 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 merry-go-round. And we do say merry-go-round. A lot of times we shorten words and change the sounds, but this one we say all of them, merry-go-round. And I've made the point that I pronounce this Mary and this Mary and this Mary all the same, but different dialects of American English pronounce them slightly differently. So I'm not the only way. Eight and eight sound the same, and that's true everywhere. Eight, the vowel is eight, so your tongue has to rise. And that made me think of the joke that little kids like to say, why was six scared of seven? Because seven, eight, nine. He ate nine. Um, Athlete. This is a difficult combination from the TH to the L. So as soon as you start pulling your tongue back for the TH, athlete, as soon as it gets behind your teeth, start making the L sound. Athlete, athlete. Pronunciation, pronunciation. And that is the noun. How is your pronunciation? Pronounce is the verb. How do you pronounce pronunciation? And the OU is ow, pronounce. And in number seven, the NUN is none. So I hear this combination. People put the two together and say pronunciation, but it's not. It's pronunciation and pronounce. And somebody asked about articulation, and that's similar to pronunciation, but it has more to do with the physical movements to create the sound. You do have to move the muscles and physically to pronounce a word, but this is focused more on the movement and pronounce more on the sound. Announce, the same ounce, pronounce, and nine, announce. And the stress doesn't change in the noun, announcement. Raised. If you just take off the ed and you have the word raise, the final sound z is voiced. That means that the ed will sound like d, raised. If I were to say the d by itself, I don't say the d, raised. If there's a vowel after it, I will say it and it will connect. I raced everyone home. Race without the ed, race as a s, which is voiceless, so the ed will sound like a t, raced. Again, you don't hear it until there's another connection. Oh, that was the, I used the wrong example. Raise, raised. I was raised, what's a word, what's a vowel that would come after it? Raised on. I was raised on steak. Raised on. You're going to hear the D. The race, even though by itself it's a T, raced. Now I have raced everyone, and the T sound is between two vowels, so it will change to a D. So now it looks like a D and sounds like a D. Raced everyone. Purr, like the animal, the cat sound, purr, it sounds the same as PER, like cost per item. Purr. It's the sound, which really isn't any vowel at all. So it doesn't matter how it's spelled. It's the tongue curled back in the R position and making noise. Purr. That's it. Helpful. This one has a dark L, which makes it sound like a very dangerous L. The dark L. Instead of L in the front behind your top teeth as a light L, the dark L is the middle of the tongue coming up and touching the middle of the mouth. So the tip of the tongue can stay down. I can say, oh, oh. And so help. And when you say full, you can come back to that position. Helpful. Or you can make your final L a clear L. Helpful. Either way, helpful just makes it a little Easier. You don't have to have so much movement with the tongue when the L is before a consonant like P. Helpful. People. Pull. The same as the full. The pull. You can also make pull with the tongue up in the middle, pull. Or what's easier, I think, is to put your tongue in the L position behind the top teeth and then make your P, pull. So when you release your lips, your tongue is already in the right place for the L, and all you have to do is just make L noise. Pull, people. And the most important for the final L is don't round your lips, because if you round your lips, people, it will sound like po, and it's not. So people, keep your lips straight, or if you need help with the muscles to keep your lips back, smile, and then your lips will be back. People. You'll just look really happy every time you say people. I don't know. We usually spell it like this in the more casual way to represent that we don't say the T. I don't know. I don't know. It could be stress on the I, it could be stress on the don't. Depends on the context. Like, I don't know. Do you? I don't know. You thought I did, but I don't. But just in general, when people say, I don't know, I don't know, do do do. Rushing. The first is R and the E is ing. So the tongue goes very high for ing, rushing. And that's different than Russian, where the second part is in and the tongue stays lower. Russian. And then it came up Russia. Russia, the same for American pronunciation of this word, Russia. And Asian, this is the same sh as rush, but with voicing. Asian. And this, again, is the American pronunciation of this word. We don't separate the S and the I like Asian. Asian. And we don't say Asia, we say Asia. Both of them, zh. So voiceless, Russian, Russia. Voiced, Asian, Asia. And then some more simple words. Lizard. It looks like A, but sounds like ER. Lizard. Wizard. Alive. Alive. As soon as I finish my tongue goes up for the L. Alive. Oh, same for arrive, but the tongue has to curl back further. Arrive. So as soon as I'm not even done with my tongue starts curling back. Ar, arrive. Arrive. And this one you have two choices. The most common one is feudal, but you can also hear people say futile. I know this looks like tail, but I was going for AI for the vowel here. That's phonetically, the IPA symbol is an A. AI. Isle, futile, or feudal. And Tina brought up a good point that this word can be the same way, versatile or versatile. Operation. The first O sounds like ah. Operation. This one, apparition. The A sounds like a. Appar and then ish. Apparition. Operation. Quintessential. 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 Yeah. This I didn't know. So it's if you see this on your email, it's not. I would have to look it up too. If somebody puts NB, that means please notice. I didn't know that. Solstice. Solstice. Outlaw. So the T is in the same place as the L, so you don't release it and say outlaw. Hold the T and make the L. Outlaw. And in-law. Outlaw is a criminal. In-law is somebody that you are related to by marriage, like mother-in-law, brother-in-law. This one, 29, can be perfect. If you want to say a perfect example of this word, wheel, which will sound like 30. wheel. However, nobody speaks that perfectly in regular speech. And by regular speech, I mean in conversation without trying to be perfect. So if I said, we'll meet you there, we'll meet you there, will. It sounded just like will, Will. But you know, in context, if I'm talking about me and another person and we're all leaving at the same time or later, or you leave first, we'll meet you there. You know what it is. You don't have to have perfect we'll meet you there. Wheel. I put this so you'd remember that it's we, and then your tongue has to slide down to make the L. Wheel. Almost two parts. Wheel. All of these sound the same. Or, or. Just or. I forgot to put the little symbol there. Whale. This vowel is A. So your tongue rises. Whale. Well. The tongue is lower, so it doesn't have to go high and low. It's more in the middle the whole time. Well. It goes up for the L. Well. Same for will. So 32, 33, 34. Whale, well, will. This is whale, like hay. Well is like yes, and will is like it. And perfect, or the round wheel, is like we eat, wheel. A few combinations. I did it. Chop, chop, chop. But no stopping. Keep your tongue moving. I did it. I did it. I'd eat it. I don't know about you, but I'd eat it. I'd eat it. How about you? I'd eat it. I'd eat it. I dated. I dated. I dated. I'd eaten it. I'd eaten it. So the eaten by itself, we drop the T. Eaten. Eaten. I'd eaten it. This was already written here. I put this one in brackets because it's not grammatical. You couldn't say eye opening, but it does sound the same as this eye opening. It's an adjective for a surprising event. Well, that was an eye opening conversation. I learned a lot. Eye opening. You've been. You've been. I've been. I've been. Unaccustomed. Unaccustomed. Waiting. Wedding. That. You don't have to say the final T. That. And thought. I tried to represent a small difference. You'll hear ah, thought, and you'll hear a tiny, the tongue a little bit lower, the lips a little more rounded, thought. Same, same. Um, I thought that that would be a problem. So in this case, that is the first one introducing the that clause. And that's one that's optional. You could leave it out and just say, I thought that would be a problem. With the that, it's not as important, so it goes by faster. It's a shorter duration. I thought that. This one is the subject of the that clause. You could replace it with another noun. I thought that class would be a problem. I thought that time would be a problem. But in this case, we're just using the pronoun that. So it's important. It's the subject of the sentence. You just have to know what I'm referring to. I thought that that would be a problem. I thought that that would be a problem. That's it. Thank you. I'm glad you could come. And if not, I hope you can join us on another Tuesday or Monday or Wednesday. Have a good day.